Good afternoon, this is Zach Jimenez with Frank Kent Cadillac, and we have the privilege of having the new XT4 with us today. This is going to be the first year for this model of vehicle. It's going to complement the XT5. It's a little bit smaller in dimension, and as you can see, it's got some really nice new styling as well. The grille is a black mesh grille, and it's the little pieces on the grille are actually they mirror the bottom of the Cadillac logo. Makes it a really nice touch. And then you have the continuous waterfall headlights that you see on most new Cadillacs now. And this particular model is the sport model. So all of the trim around the door handles and around the windows and down the side is going to be black. It would be chrome on a premium luxury or luxury model. And then these wheels are also an option with the sport model. They're 20-inch dual spoke design. They look really nice on this car. They fill the wheel wells really well. And then we get to the color. So Cadillac has never actually made an orange car before. This is the first orange. It's called Autumn Metallic. It is a really, really pretty burnt orange kind of color. Looks very elegant on the car. And then we can move around to the tail lights. And immediately with the tail lights, you notice that they very closely resemble that of an Escalade. They have the straight pipe design, continuous light going down the rear fascia, and then they cut into the tailgate kind of as they do on the newer XTSs. The rear trunk space is one of the only parts of this car that you will notice is smaller than an XT5. The rest of the car feels very, very spacious. With that being said, this trunk space is still very competitive with vehicles in this segment. It falls right in the middle of the pack, so you won't suffer any sort of shortcomings with your rear cargo space. Underneath, you have a full-size compact spare tire, and then some extra storage. Automatic liftgate is optional for the XT4. The standard luxury model will have a manual closing tailgate. So now we can move to the inside of the car. And the interior of the XT4 is definitely the most advanced that Cadillac has made yet. We have the new edition of the Cadillac user experience. Those of you with older model Cadillacs, you will immediately notice that this is an updated interface. And upon messing with this system and touching it, it's very premium. It is very responsive to touch. And there's almost no lag whatsoever in terms of pulling up different apps, switching between apps. It even gives you a sort of split screen view to where you can adjust your radio and have your navigation open on the same screen. In conjunction of that, we also have a Cadillac First rotary knob down on the center console that actually controls the screen. And this is a very, very nice feeling design. It has clicks and it's very premium feeling. And then you have buttons all around that also control the screen. Those of you with XT5s, you'll be familiar with this shifting system as I accidentally turn up the radio. So it's an electronic shifter, no more mechanical shifters. It's very easy, a lot easier to use than the XT5, so there's no more up and to the left motion. You still have the same button. You hold the button and it's just straight up for reverse. And when we go into reverse, you'll immediately notice an upgraded rear vision camera system. This is full 1080p HD, which is a first for Cadillac. And then you also have all kinds of different orientations that you can see of the car. So right now we have your standard overhead view next to the backup view. We can switch that to only the backup view. We also have a really nice view just over the rear bumper that shows tire guidance lines. And then on the outside, I don't know if it'll show up on the video, but you have a couple of yellow lines that mark where the front bumper of the car will cross. So that way, if you're backing up into a tight space, you'll know if your bumper is going to scrape what's next to you or not. There's also kind of a bird's eye view of behind the car so that you can see what's directly around you while you're backing up, as well as cameras that show each of your back wheels to make sure that you don't scrape them on a curb or anything of that sort. And then the button all the way on the right just turns on or off your guidance lines behind the car. Another upgraded feature is the rear camera mirror. So those of you with 17 or 18 Escalades or CT6s, you'll be very familiar with this. You know that you can pull the tab and it accesses a camera on the back of the car, and this will actually show you into your blind spots while you're driving. Now what they upgraded is that you can now go in and you can switch the zoom on the camera, and you can also switch the angle, so you can angle it down or angle it up depending on what you need. So they added a lot of different functionality. You can also adjust the brightness, so at night you can turn it all the way down so it's not blinding you while you're driving. I don't know if that's coming up on the camera or not, but it is a very noticeable difference in person. Another upgrade that they made to the interior are these toggle switches. So Cadillac is slowly but surely phasing out the touch sensitive climate controls and volume adjusters and things like that that you find on CTSs and Escalades and ATSs. So what they've replaced them with are these really nice aluminum toggle switches that feel really, really sturdy, very nice to the touch. And then below them you have some more buttons that control things like your heated and air conditioned seats, your parking sensors, other safety equipment, as well as your hazard lights. And then moving over to the steering column area, you have a really, really nice digital display in between your two analog dials. And this is fully reconfigurable. So right now we're looking at my some information on my phone. We can go over to adjust certain settings, like we can change from the US system of units into the metric system of units. We can toggle on and off things like your speed warning, so the car detects the speed limit of the road that you're on and it can alert you if you're driving too fast. You can adjust the information that you see on your head-up display, which you may be able to see right there. It's a very, very clear picture that you get there. And then going back, we have our navigation information that you can show there. We have the radio station. And then we also have various vehicle information that you can change. So this particular model, as I mentioned earlier, is the sport trim level, and this actually has all the options that you can possibly get on the XT4. This particular model is all-wheel drive, so you can select a driving mode, and the mode selector is in the center console right next to that rotary controller, and you just select the mode that you want. So right now we're in Tour. You can switch to all-wheel drive or Sport. The Sport, what that will do is it will firm up the suspension, it will tighten your steering, give you a better feel of the road, and if you can notice in the top left of the screen here, it automatically places the vehicle into all-wheel drive mode. Looking down at the steering wheel, this is a brand new steering wheel for Cadillac. It is very streamlined and very easy to use. You have volume controllers right here for your radio. These buttons were what I was using to change the information we see there in the little digital display there. These two buttons here will switch between your radio stations, the song you're listening to if you're using a device like a mobile phone. And then moving to the other side, we've got the optional heated steering wheel. Orange light means that it is on. And then we have our gap adjust for either the adaptive cruise control if the car is equipped with that, or the front collision monitoring system if the car is equipped with that. Both of those are optional features. Moving over here, we have the standard cruise control. So this will come on all of your XT4s. It's very simple to use. You use this button here to turn it on, and then this little toggle switch here, you push that down and that would set your speed. And then down on the bottom left of the steering wheel, you have your push to talk button for your cell phone, and then the button to either mute the stereo system or to hang up the phone. I mentioned earlier that this particular model is equipped with the head-up display. I'll zoom in on that so you can kind of see it. Right now it is on our speed and the radio station that we're on, and you can switch the information that you see using little buttons on the dashboard. So right now I'm going to switch it. Now it is on. It's kind of hard to get that in there. There we go. Now it is on the compass. Now it is on our tachometer. And this will display the speed limit as well as the speed that you're going. And then we're back to the radio. And you can adjust the head-up display up or down to fit where you need it to see it. Now moving down into the side panel here, this car is equipped with automatic side mirrors, so you just push buttons and they move them around, as well as auto folding mirrors, which is with this button here, and then you can lock all of the windows in the car with this button here. The Sport and Premium Luxury models will come standard with memory seats, so you have 2 seat settings and then an easy exit setting that you can use for your car. Now the particular trim that's inside this vehicle is what's called jet black with cinnamon accents. So all of the seats, all of the carpets, any sort of leather that's in the car will be black. And then the stitching, let's see if I can get it in the picture here, is kind of an orangey cinnamon color. So it looks really nice. And then the trim, instead of wood on the Sport, you have carbon fiber. So if this were the Premium Luxury trim level, you would have a nice dark wood in here instead of that. So that concludes it for this XT4. It's a pretty short and sweet video. I just wanted y'all to see the different features that Cadillac has come out with for this car and build some excitement about it, because we're all really excited here. We do have pre-orders available, so if you would like more information, we'll include a link to our website where you can reach out to one of us at your convenience. We'll make it as smooth and easy for you as possible. We expect these cars to start hitting our dealership lot sometime towards the end of October, early November, so you can expect to see them around that time. Thanks for watching, and hope you have a great week.